Deadlock, 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 Deadlock. Let's go. I'm going to talk about some more Deadlock. So where do we really start with the whole Deadlock situation? Now, there's a bunch of new info that has been going out, including a little bit of drama, which I have some talking points here. But let's start with, first off, the slow growing numbers. Now, it's no secret that after the last couple of months, Deadlock has been growing so much that at this point, it's up to at least almost 25,000 peak players and up to, I think it's like 22,000 players currently playing at the moment. I know it fluctuates, but still, that is a lot of people. And this is insane as it makes it the 9th most trending game on Steam DB right now. And again, we have not heard zero official mention from Valve about anything in relation to this game. Majority of all the stuff that I know and everyone else knows has been directly taken from leaks and people who have been so bold enough to leak these things on their own or just decide to not sign any NDAs. Do I have to say any more than that? This is super insane to see, and it's very awesome at the same time because that means that not only is it more people are getting interested in the game, but it kind of leads us into our next thing where some people have been getting invites directly in Steam to play the Deadlock playtest. And some people were thinking, this has to be a scam. This isn't real or anything, which makes the most sense since a lot of people try their absolute best to scam other Steam users out of their accounts in different and weird ways. Sometimes if it's like, oh, I accidentally, put in a report to say that you got banned or something like that, and you have to click a link, a whole bunch of just weird stuff. So honestly, I even had some people message me and were like, yo, is this even legit? Like, is this a real thing? Now, I don't know if this is the only game that they use it for, or if Steam has it for other different games that are not out yet and for betas. I'm assuming they probably are, but I haven't really seen it in this way where you're invited to the playtest and you have to click accept or cancel. Most of the time, you actually end up getting it as is added to your library. But for it to be like you can accept or cancel in Steam, again, in Steam, it's something that I don't think many people are used to. So it's very interesting that some people have canceled it and were like, yeah, I don't think this is legit. This might be a scam. And then they figure out it's legit and they're like, wait, no, I actually want to play the game. And like, because I hear about it so much. I think right now we're kind of in the stage where while there's so many people that are getting invited to the game, there's so many new players here and there's this sort of FOMO effect that's starting to come up now where a lot of people are going to start to feel like if there's so many people playing this, like I might want to try it out too if it's that great of a game, if people are still playing the game like that. That kind of leads it into some sort of theories that some people have when it comes to all these new players and a couple of other things that I think many people are starting to catch on very quickly, which is a slew of new domain IP addresses that have been added under Play Deadlock or forums.play Deadlock. All these different type of IP addresses somebody was able to catch, and they also noticed that there was some changes to it. So some people feel like with these changes that are going on, they're just kind of prepping up for stuff, and other people feel like next month, the International, which is a huge esports event specifically for Dota 2, which is held in Seattle, Valve's home state, they feel like there's going to be like this big sort of reveal or tease or something at the International. Now, it wouldn't make sense that they would do this because they did this before with Artifact, and that went completely viral for obviously all the wrong reasons because, everyone's upset with the initial reveal saying that, oh yeah, it's a Dota card game and people didn't want that. But this time around, if they do decide to go and show Deadlock, it would make sense to do it at the International because, you have all these different type of fans who love Dota and love MOBA type games. And with Deadlock, especially from what has been leaked already so far and what people have been talking about everywhere, either through forums or Reddit or social media, whatever it might be, this is the perfect place. But I still feel like majority of the people that are a part of that crowd will already have access or have already heard about the game because, they're fans of Valve and fans of the games they provide. It's going to be a little bit weird, but I think it would be awesome because then that means a lot of people that are either living under a rock or never heard of the game or might be interested now have the chance to properly go and try it out for themselves. Now, I would have to say that with this game, And a lot of the things I've been seeing as of recently, because I've been either reading through the forums or reading through this, that, the other thing, a lot of people seem to have some sort of change of heart. And I'm assuming these are most likely people who have gotten the chance to now try Deadlock for themselves compared to initially when the leaks first came out. Now, do not get me wrong. When I started seeing the leaks and I started seeing the images, like the images way before the videos and everything else, I thought to myself, this looks like a hot mess. Like, do not get me wrong. Okay, it's like a third person and there's lanes. So like it's MOBA, third person MOBA. All right, cool. I think of like Smite or Paragon. Over that time and other things, which I'm not going to get into too much detail, as many other people have decided to go and play the game and try it for themselves, they feel like they've had a completely different change of heart, because now this time around, they're able to see that, okay, I kind of get the idea of what Valve is trying to do with this game, what they're trying to convey with the gameplay mechanics, compared to just kind of hearing it and thinking like, this kind of sounds like too much is going on or like smashed together on paper. But when you play it and you understand what's going on, you're like, you have that, oh, wow moment. I think a lot of people are going to feel that way. And it's just been very interesting and exciting to kind of talk about the game, to be able to see what other people are going to think about the game. But it makes sense that Valve wants to have the game under wraps for this reason, because it's not finished. Just like any other product, if it's a game that's still in development, you're not going to like it because it's not finished. So I do want to mention this because I know some people within my community have talked to me about this who also love Deadlock too. I did put up some community posts talking about a video that I worked on and I had unlisted for over 2 months. Now, some of yous were like, hey man, you have access to the game. You probably have access to other places like the forums and probably should check that out and, you know, put it up there. So there might be a possibility of a video that does talk a little bit about the game here and there, but definitely feel free to check through the community clips because there might be a chance that you'll probably end up finding something special there. I think it's very awesome that when it comes to this game, there is so much that is going on with it. A lot of people are starting to join the game and try it out for themselves in droves. And when it comes to a game like Deadlock, especially with a lot of people, what they mentioned, the general consensus of these people who have tried it have said that this game has a ton of potential and they have something here with this. So of course, if you are interested, Gary and Facepunch are working on a new game called S&box, which is the game I mostly cover on this channel, aside from Deadlock and other Valve games and other things like that. So you should probably check out this video that is up on screen. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this far into the video, and I will see you then next time.